Is it just me, or has House of Errors got everyone's attention? And it isn't luck. It actually comes from consistent and deliberate actions that you can copy for your own brand. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to cut through with your brand so you don't have to rely on paid ads, starting with what their strategy actually is. So for context, House of Errors is a UK streetwear brand who has hit 500,000 followers on Instagram despite only being on the scene for a few years. So the question is, how does one get so big so fast that you can sell a basic tee for $200 and it still sells out? Well, most people assume it's because they've got better designers or crazier ideas or something like that. But despite what you may think, the real reason is because House of Errors understands who they're designing for and consistently make clothes targeted at them. Just take a look at their page for a second. Even though there are different products and many don't even feature a logo, you can still tell it's from the same brand. And their strategy is so simple that anyone could steal it for themselves. So here's how it works. First, they pick the person that needs to look at their clothes and like them. And then they just figure out what that person thinks is cool. And then whatever they think is cool becomes the design rules that the brand never breaks. So every piece looks like it could exist in the same wardrobe. Because if your customers already know the style they're going to get, they don't need to think before buying. And that's why every drop hits. So if you can build the same visual identity system around your brand, you'll create a winning product machine that doesn't require you to spend a cent on ads, just like House of Errors. But how do you do that? Well, there are actually 3 simple steps, and step 1 is the most important. So just like House of Errors, you must get painfully clear on who you want to like your clothes, or who your target customer is. Because what you think is cool is not the same style I like, or my mother, or my friend, and so on. So the question isn't about the difference between cool and not cool. It's whose tastes are you designing for? To do this, pick one person as a style reference. Someone whose style you really like or you want your brand to embody. So this could be a DJ, a celebrity, or even another fashion designer. For example, if House of Errors were to pick someone, it would probably be Tyler, the Creator. If you put their wardrobes side by side, you can see the similarity. And once you've picked that person, everything else gets so much easier. Because now you're not designing for everyone, you're designing for one set of eyes. But how do you consistently replicate someone's style without straight up copying them? Well, that's actually step 2, because we're not stealing their outfits. We're uncovering the rules and principles behind their style and turning them into templates that you can design from every time. So let's just take a look at House of Errors again. The reason all their pieces look like they fit into Tyler, the Creator's wardrobe is because they consistently use high saturation colors like blue and green and red, large simple shapes with small detailed sections, and boxy fits with crop silhouettes. And these are just 3 elements of a much more detailed style guide that goes into line, shape, form, texture, space, color, typography, and imagery. Which means instead of a fashion piece being minimized to just looking cool, we actually have language to describe what makes it more attractive to me as your target. But doing this manually can feel really hard, especially if these design elements are new to you. So here's the cheat code. You can get ChatGPT to do all the analysis for you. So let's say I'm building a House of Errors style guide. And as an example, let's come back to Tyler, the Creator, as the person for the House of Errors. So first, what we need to do is find 5 to 10 images of Tyler, the Creator in Google Images, especially focused on his style. So let's search Tyler, the Creator. And of course, you're going to do this for whatever person that you're targeting as an example for your brand. But maybe I'll just even add the word fashion, Tyler, the Creator fashion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find one that I feel like really gets to the core of what he's doing, copy image, and paste it here into ChatGPT. We'll do this a few more times. This one's good. It shows different outfits. Okay, and here's another good one. We've got similar themes that we're seeing across all his outfits already, and I think you can probably pick up on them. But again, We're really just letting ChatGPT do the hard work for us. All right, so now I've got about maybe nearly 10 images in here of all different outfits and fashion style references of the same guy, so Tyler, the Creator. And then I'm just gonna paste this prompt in here, which basically, without you having to read it, it just says, analyze these images according to the 8 elements of design. So it's just a fancy art term. Take these images, turn them into specific descriptive terms that I can actually copy for my designs. And so you don't have to pause the video and figure out what it says. I'll just leave a link in the description where you can get the whole prompt and every other prompt that I use in this video for free. So now ChatGPT is going to think and analyze the images that I've uploaded to find some reoccurring visual motifs and patterns so that it can actually derive some specific ideas for style that it's actually getting from them. Okay, and here we go. Let's have a look through it. So it starts with line, which basically just talks about the different lines in the image themselves. So let's just read the first one. It says bold, clean outlines on graphics. So the line work is simple and readable, not detailed illustrations. Okay, so that's actually really clear and objective, an approach that I can take to every design going forward as I make lines. Then let's move on to shape. So big icon shapes, tiger heads, flame blobs, flame blobs, rosettes, single letter marks, recognizable silhouettes. So sometimes it's a little bit jargony and this doesn't make too much sense. But what I can take away from this is the big icon shapes. So it means like really clear shapes, like the classic shapes, squares, circles that people recognize without too much detail. It even goes into it more here. Chunky geometric blocks, stripes, and large color fields are used like giant rectangles to hold the look together. All right, I can actually work with that. It even goes into texture here. Knit texture appears repeatedly with vest, sweater, cardigan, and then the high contrast material mixing leather, patch, puffer and tailoring. And then look at this, space. So a busy top, like the leopard vest, striped polo with calmer bottoms, or busy bottoms with the flame pants or the loud green and pink cardigan with calmer top. I think this is gonna be my favorite one for Tyler, the Creator, is the color palette. So first it says playful palette with neutrals. So creams, browns, blacks, whites act as the base. Then one loud color family takes the lead. So like a red, pink, green, teal, or blue. And I think that is actually a perfect description. It's amazing that ChatGPT can actually look at the images and analyze real visual patterns from them now. It actually goes into so much detail. Not all of it I'm going to read through because I just want you to do this for your own brand. But this is going to be my style guide now for everything I design going forward. And as a bonus step, I could take any design mockups that I make on Illustrator and just take a screenshot or export them as a JPEG, upload it here to ChatGPT and ask it to analyze my design, give it a criteria according to the style guide above. And just to prove this, let's take a design from House of Errors like this one here. I'm going to copy this, paste it into ChatGPT and ask it something like, this is a design for my brand. Give it a score out of 10 according to how closely it matches the criteria above. Now, I'm not expecting this to be 10 out of 10 because this is a House of Errors design, but probably over 6 or 7 out of 10, I would hope, because I'm making the claim that Tyler, the Creator, would be the target customer of a brand like House of Errors, but let's just see. All right, here we go. Our answer's coming through. It's scored at a 7.5 out of 10. So we match the core rules, but miss some of the uniform or heritage plus tactile DNA that shows up repeatedly. And then what it's doing is it's going into detail about each of the different design elements, line, shape, form, so on, and about how I can improve it or how the design already relates. And this is perfect because this means that everything I'm designing is building towards a brand image that people come to recognize, so that when they see my brand and my products, they know what to expect. And so if they would buy one thing, they could buy the whole range and we can fit out someone's entire style in their wardrobe. But that's not all, because now we need to turn the words on a page into an actual mood board that you can see and generate real inspiration and ideas from, even just at a glance. And that's going to be so powerful in saving you time in the design process, especially when it already takes so long. You just cut out all the time of generating ideas. You have a place you can come to and bang, there you go. We're going to enter this next prompt into ChatGPT, which again, you can get in the description. I've left it there for you for free, so you don't have to type this up. But it's going to give us a number of different search terms that we can put into Pinterest to create this board or this mood board according to the style guide that it's already made for us. So let's just give this a go and choose our first one. So varsity patch aesthetic, preppy streetwear photography, 90s sportswear graphics, bold icon logo design, playful color blocking aesthetic. I'm going to choose the preppy streetwear one, and let's just see what it comes up with. And it's interesting, already I see some similar themes in the designs to what we had with Tyler the Creator, and even some of the designs that a brand like House of Errors is making. So let's just start with this one, let's say. So I've just created a new mood board called Design Visual Identity, and let's just add this first one to it. I think it really embodies the kind of idea we're going for. And instead of going back, I can even just scroll down here and expand on other ideas similar to this one, which means that even if I don't have the exact search terms, all I can do is just start with one, and then it opens up the world to me. Like this one here, I think it is perfect. We've got some interesting design elements on the top. On the bottom, it's more simple. We've got that bold color, and this is kind of the same image here as well. Okay, how about here? We've got some color blocking. Bang, we're gonna save that. And then this, they're even working with gradients and things like that. I think that's cool. I'm gonna save that for sure. All right, now once we've got a few saves for one of the searches, I'm just gonna come back here. I'm gonna choose our next one, and let's just go like varsity patch aesthetic. I don't think this will be as strong, but I think it'll offer up something. Or maybe I'll just be pleasantly surprised. In fact, that's actually House of Errors, ironically. So even in creating the style guide, you can see House of Errors is starting to become recognized for these particular patterns that we're spotting. So we're gonna save that for sure. And let's see what else, if this has anything else to offer. I thought this one is pretty nice with the brown. It's got almost like windows in there. This one's more like the classic varsity jacket, but I reckon that still works. And that's brought us to a few. Man, there's so many ads on here. When did this get so many ads? But maybe there's one or two more I want to save for this. This one is cool. We're going to put that in. A nice New York Yankees jacket. And look what's coming up again. House of Errors. This is what I'm saying. I mean, it works because here it is. Here it is, guys. I mean, that's the best testimony ever, because this shows that like we did pinpoint the style aesthetic by choosing someone, using the ChatGPT prompts to analyze it, and then creating a mood board with that. I mean, here it is, guys. And you can see after a while of adding a few more pins and doing a few more searches, I've created what is a very cohesive visual identity for the brand. Now, I would continue to expand on this further, but this is a great hub where every time I design something, or even just need to check that I'm aligned with the kind of visual direction I want to take my brand, I can come in here for inspiration. I'm going to be filled with different ideas of colors and different interesting placements of designs, and maybe even some imagery and different scenes I want to be making, and then turn these into designs that continue to attract the very customers I'm trying to. And that's how to create a solid visual identity so you can attract more loyal customers. But if you want to take this strategy to the next level, watch this video next, where I break down how Mutimer guarantees a sellout drop before announcing anything.